Most people throw this in the trash every single day without realizing it could be worth more to their garden than expensive fertilizer. What you're looking at helped one tomato plant produce nearly twice as much fruit as the plant growing right beside it. The surprising part? It costs absolutely nothing. The secret is hidden inside banana peels. But don't use them the way most gardeners do. One small mistake can slow nutrient release for months. Instead, cut the peels into tiny pieces. This simple trick helps valuable minerals break down much faster and become available to your plants sooner. Now, place the pieces into a glass jar, because the next step is where the real magic begins. Now, add about 500 milliliters of clean water. At this point, it doesn't look like much, but over the next few hours, something powerful begins to happen. The water slowly pulls valuable nutrients out of the banana peels, creating a natural fertilizer that many experienced gardeners swear by. And the nutrient plants crave most for heavy flowering and fruit production is potassium. Without enough potassium, plants may grow leaves, but struggle to produce the large harvest most gardeners want. That's why this simple homemade fertilizer is so effective for tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and many fruiting plants. It helps support stronger roots, healthier flowers, and fruits that often develop better flavor as they mature. Now comes the easiest part. Let the mixture sit for at least 6 hours, but if you leave it overnight, the results are even better. By morning, the clear water will have transformed into a light brown, nutrient-rich liquid, and that's when you'll know your fertilizer is ready. But before using it, there's one important step that many gardeners skip. Use a fine mesh strainer or clean cloth to remove every piece of solid material. What remains is pure liquid plant food. And in the next step, I'll show you exactly how to use it so your plants get the maximum benefit. Before you pour this fertilizer onto your plants, there's one mistake that can ruin the entire process. Many gardeners skip this next step and unknowingly create the perfect conditions for mold and rot. That's why it's essential to strain the mixture completely. Remove every remaining piece of banana peel until only the clear, nutrient-rich liquid remains. What you're left with is the part your plants actually want, a clean, liquid fertilizer that can move quickly into the soil and reach the roots where growth begins. Now, here's another step that most people overlook. Before watering, gently loosen the top layer of soil around the base of the plant. It may seem insignificant, but compacted soil can act like a barrier, preventing water and nutrients from reaching the root zone effectively. By breaking up that hardened surface, you're creating a pathway for oxygen, moisture, and nutrients to travel deeper into the ground. And this is where the difference starts to appear. Instead of sitting on the surface, the fertilizer reaches the roots directly, helping the plant absorb more of the nutrients you've just created. The result? Stronger growth, healthier flowering, and plants that are ready to produce far more fruit than before. And now comes the most important part of all. How much should you use, and how often, to get the best results? Now it's time to give your plants what they've been waiting for. Slowly pour the fertilizer around the base of the plant, allowing it to soak deep into the root zone. For best results, repeat this just once each week. And now comes the exciting part. Over the next few days, you may not notice much happening above the soil, but beneath the surface, the roots are working overtime, absorbing the nutrients released from the banana peels. Then, something remarkable begins to happen. The leaves become richer in color, new growth starts appearing, and tiny flower buds begin to emerge where there were none before. This is the stage most gardeners love to see, because those flowers are the first sign that a bigger harvest is on the way. Within the following days, many of those blooms transform into small green fruits. And once that process begins, the plant shifts its energy into producing the tomatoes, peppers, or other fruits you've been waiting for. Imagine turning something most people throw in the trash into a fertilizer that helps power an entire season of growth. That's the hidden value of banana peels. Try this method in your own garden and watch what happens over the next few weeks. And when your plants start producing more flowers and fruit, come back and share your results in the comments. I'd love to know which plant responds first. The first two fertilizers delivered nutrients in different ways, but this next one is especially popular among gardeners looking for stronger growth, healthier foliage, and more productive plants looking for stronger growth, healthier foliage, and more productive plants. And the surprising part? The main ingredient is something that's already sitting in countless kitchens every single day: used coffee grounds. Experienced gardeners often save them because they contain valuable nutrients that can help support healthy plant development throughout the growing season. But there's an important detail many beginners overlook. Using coffee grounds incorrectly can sometimes create problems instead of benefits. That's why preparation matters. Before anything else, allow the coffee grounds to dry completely. This simple step helps ensure they can be used safely and effectively around your plants. Once dry, add 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds to a clean glass jar. Then pour in 1 liter of room temperature water. At first, it may not look like much is happening, but over the next several hours, the water slowly draws nutrients and beneficial compounds from the coffee grounds, creating a simple liquid fertilizer that many gardeners swear by. And here's something fascinating. The temperature of the water matters more than many people realize. Water that's too hot can reduce some of the natural properties you're trying to preserve. That's why room temperature water produces the best results. Now let the mixture sit, because over the next few hours, a simple kitchen leftover begins transforming into a nutrient-rich boost for your garden. And once it's ready, the results can be surprisingly rewarding.
And here's a benefit that surprises many gardeners. The natural aroma of coffee grounds can help make your garden less attractive to common pests, such as slugs and ants, all without relying on harsh chemicals. But that's not the most impressive part. Take a look at this plant. Just 30 days ago, it was small, weak, and struggling to grow. Today, it's almost unrecognizable. Thicker stems, darker green leaves, stronger growth, and far more life than before. That's the power of giving plants the nutrients they need at the right time. And the amazing part? It all started with something most people throw away every morning without a second thought. Now imagine what could happen if you saved your coffee grounds for the next 30 days and used them throughout your garden. Which plant would respond first? Your tomatoes, your peppers, your cucumbers, or maybe something completely unexpected? If you decide to try this method, come back and tell me your results in the comments. I read every one of them, and I'd love to know which plant grows the fastest. And if you enjoy discovering simple ways to grow healthier plants using things you already have at home, subscribe and join us for the next garden experiment. Until then, take care of your garden and watch closely, because the next plant to transform might be yours.